It does just get boring. Like, it's so much better when you and I are playing together, and I know we have a chance, and I'm not dealing with like some of the people that I talk to. They're just annoying.
Oh, I know. This wouldn't happen if I was with Justin. I was like, there's so much wrong here. And then I play solo queues. I'm like, all right, let's try. I found more success doing that. Again, there would be those teammates where I make one play. Yo, you doing? Man, stop chewing my ear off. Like, we're on the same team. I had one game and it tilted me. Shout out to solo queuers out there, bro. I don't know how you do it. That's a brutal route to go.
When you're in a good rhythm in solo queue, it's good. You're winning and stuff. But yeah, when you have to deal with teammates like that, it's so annoying.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 164 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how we doing, bro?
Doing good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. April Fools. I'm doing awful.
Yeah, no. Dude. Yeah, bro, I hate this day, man.
Yeah.
I seriously, like, I mean, people, if you know, like, you're on social media and you see anything on Twitter or Facebook or, you know, Instagram, it's like, it's a pit. You gotta be so careful on there.
Yeah. I have stayed off. Not by choice, but I was just busy with work. But I haven't seen anything.
I saw too much. Yeah, I saw people saying, you know, this map was being removed. I saw, you know, like, some of them are good because they're like fake teams and stuff, and they're hilarious. So some people make jokes of it, and then some of them are like way too serious. You know, something that I'm like, that actually might be true. I can't really tell.
Yeah, and
then people are just kind of left questioning, and they never clear it up. You know,
I got a notification about Scump is unretiring. I'm like, that is just a lie.
Yeah, I know. Some of them, I see that, and I'm just like, whatever, bro.
There was so some people I follow on Instagram, they're like into camping and stuff, and like for people that like camp and stuff, like, you know, like people are into gear and whatever, right? And they made a skit about this is like the best gear you have to buy, and it's basically an entire suit just made out of Velcro.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have access to everything, and they're just like, they threw Velcro on everything on there.
Right. Dude, that actually wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, right?
You think about it? That's actually kind of smart.
But
you look like a moron.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I like those little skits. But yeah, no, the serious ones that you're talking about, like breaking news, this person, like, I don't know, roster move or something like that.
Right. Or some of them too, like I've seen ones where they like fake deaths of people. I'm like, dude, that's too far, bro. Yeah. Like, you can't be over here saying like, you know, Jackie Chan dead at this. I'm like, what?
And then you have to go and actually research it.
Yeah. My research extent Wikipedia. And I'm like, they haven't changed everything to was. Was. You know. But yeah, like in Call of Duty stuff, dude, they'll go and change these rosters up, or say like, you know, some competitive thing has gone through or hasn't gone through, whatever. Yeah. Like, again, in the Twitter realm for Call of Duty on April Fools, that's like the worst day to go on there. It's a minefield. You have
Twitter, yeah. X is already like unhinged.
Yeah.
Like, it's so unhinged. But like more and more creators are talking about like how bad like it actually is.
Oh,
so all the stuff that is just on it.
It's ridiculous how much random stuff will come up on my For You page that has nothing to do with what we do. You know, I mean, I'm on there all the time, and I just will, like, I see things from like Daily Loud, you know, that Instagram or that Twitter page. And it's like, you know, talking about Nicki Minaj, or it's some robbery or some scandal. And I always go like, you know, hit the dot and go like, you know, don't show this. Not relevant. I'm like, dude, I don't want to see this. And then it still comes up no matter what. Or it's these bots that are in these comment sections on other than replies. And then they just somehow, like, I click on that, and God forbid, because I looked at it and I see that, now they're like, oh, you want more of this?
You want more bots?
I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
you know,
it's so annoying on there, and the people on there too are like the worst at times. Not our followers though. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, no,
but yeah, like, it's ridiculous. I was watching the Impulsive podcast, and Mike, one of the co-hosts, he was like, I think there needs to be like a requirement of like an IQ test to be on X, because some of the people on there, it's like 100 IQ. Like, I think that's high enough.
Well, dude, and half these people can't spell. Like I get part of it too. Like the slang of certain ways that you type or talk. But man, these people can't genuinely form sentences. Some of the things that they say, or what they just say in general, is so disgusting and it's so unhinged. I'm like, man, you shouldn't have any platform. Period. I don't care if you're an adult or if you're a kid.
Yeah, it's crazy too because most of the time, like it's an adult, which is scary. Because like if a kid says it, it's like
you're a moron.
You're a moron,
but you're also 11 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
I give some leeway.
Yeah.
If you're 31 and you're saying this, my brother, you need to know better.
Our TikTok and Instagram reels, go check those out if you haven't. But you'll see some funny comments from people.
Yeah, there's some.
And it's like you said, it's like a 30-year-old. Like I'm like, I don't care.
No, I love those. Like the ones that I always enjoy is the people who will say like, "Who gave these guys a platform?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're like, "Not everybody should be allowed to do this."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, can you expand upon that, man?
Yeah.
Like, can you not just throw some like half-ass jab at me? Like that. I'm like over here. Oh, my poor heart.
Yeah.
Like, who are you, bro? I'm like, why don't you actually tell me? Because I remember we've gotten some comments where people are like, I disagree, and say why. I'm
those
like,
are good.
I love those. I'm like, yeah, tell me why. We usually say it like when our episodes and when we have those polls we put out. It's like we have questions there, and if you don't agree or you agree, same thing when we're on YouTube and we make those descriptions. At the bottom, I'm like, what do you think? Do you agree? But some people can't actually have a conversation about that. Some people just say, no, you're stupid. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Loser. I'm like,
they just want to pick a fight.
Yeah.
And that
they try to get a rise out of you.
Yeah. And I'm sure the people that like listen every week, I'm sure you guys know that does not faze us at all. Like you and I we've got other stuff we got to worry about in our lives than like these random people. But I love the ones like shout out, who you are, Mike. He's always engaging. Every single time like we post a question, he actually, if he disagrees, he says why, and then we'll have a conversation. And that's what normal people do.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, that's what I long for.
Yeah, we're not here to fight.
No, exactly not. I mean, granted, there's maybe some times where we have takes or certain things that are, against the grain. I don't think we ever had like a heinous take on anything. But maybe something that's not of like the most popular opinion. It's just cool to bring it up and see what people say about stuff. But yeah, sometimes that gets lost because like you'll say something like that and then the bots come in and then you get the bots aren't really a thing for us, but when I see it on other guys that we follow on Twitter, it's cool to see, like an actual conversation happen. But sometimes, man, you got to sift through all the BS.
Yeah.
Of random stuff that you get.
We don't even entertain the people that just leave like negative comments.
Yeah. And again, like we think about that, like I mean, we're so small, and I was thinking about him because I watched the end of his stream. Did you see that guy? I don't even pronounce his name. Is it Kai Cenat?
Yeah,
is that how you say it?
Kai Cenat. Yeah,
yeah, that's how I was saying because I don't know if it's like Kai Cenat or something. I've heard it like too many different ways. But anyway, I go on his stream because he did Red Dead 2. Bro, it was like a 50-hour something stream that he did, which is insane.
Yeah.
That guy's a machine. Such respect for him on that. But you go on there and like on Twitter, he posted something and then you go on his chat. Dude, it's just insane. The amount of stuff that he's getting left like in comments or in chat or on Twitter. These like, they're gone in a second because he's got, 20,000 people watching him. I'm like, dude, who are these people?
Yeah.
Not all of them are bots.
Yeah. It's I saw like clips from that stream and like he was asking chat like for help or whatever and people are like, you're so dumb, like whatever, and I'm like,
right,
dude. I feel like the gamers, like for some reason people love to gatekeep so much. I'm like, we want people to like, do you know how awesome it would be for me to experience Uncharted again, like a whole new story, like you've never played this game before, or like any game, story game like that.
Yeah.
If you could go back and just experience that, and the people that they love the game so much, but they're like trying to protect it.
Right.
Like when they made the Uncharted movie, they're like, that movie was shit. It wasn't true to the game, blah, blah. I'm like, it was a movie.
Right.
Guys, like, there are people that watch the movie that never played the games and they enjoyed it.
Right.
Like, let them enjoy it. This is like their way of getting into the game.
Right.
And I hate that when like Kai like asking for help or whatever. I'm like, just fucking help the dude. Like, he doesn't play video games like this.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
make him fall in love with the game.
Right. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't get why people have this, because that's the best way to say it, this gatekeeping mentality on some of these things. Because again, like to your point about Uncharted, like I think about that perfect examples with The Last of Us. You know, like that. I mean, that's a rare instance where the show is also phenomenal, in my opinion. But I'm sure there's plenty of Last of Us fans who don't like that show. And it's like, man, if you don't like the show, but you still love the game, well, you got the game. Like, it's no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's with us with Uncharted. I don't particularly think, like, I would not go watch that movie again. I'm not in love with it. I'm sure there's people out there that really do like it, but we've got the games. It's like the games are our thing. You know, we can always have that memory of the games and know that those are good. And the movie is obviously there to try to promote some bit of it and generate some excitement for it. But yeah, these people who, you know, gatekeep one or the other, or like with him, the guy's never played before. Like, I was watching the one of my favorite YouTubers, the Act Man. He just finished the epilogue to Red Dead 2, so he totally finished that game. I think it was on Saturday. His stream ended. And it's the same thing. People are like, boomer move. Like, dude, what? Like, Elmo. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, who cares, man? You're not playing. Just like, I want to watch him experience this. And that's enough for me. I don't care if he doesn't, his aim sucks, or if he does something that he shouldn't have done. You know, it's like, who am I to say what he shouldn't have done? I'm like, that's an option in the game.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I would kill to go back and experience like some games again.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's why I love watching like my favorite YouTubers playing a game that like I've obviously played a ton and they've never played the series before. Yeah. That's awesome. And
I'm starting to really get into that.
Yeah. And people just, they gatekeep it. They're like, I'm a truist in this game. Like, no, just let them enjoy the game. They're trying to get into it for a reason.
For me, with those games, it's interesting to see how they perceive the game. You know, like, I mean, I mentioned it every time I can. Like Jak and Daxter. I've beaten that game so many times, and I've watched a person play that game for the first time, and I just think it's so, like, I mean, it's hard at first, because I'm just like, oh, man, like, I fucking know how to play, you know, but it is interesting to see how they see this world and how they move about it and what they think, like, oh, let's go do this, then go do this, you know, where, like, in my head, I'm like, no, you should go here first, because you're going to save time, because you're going to have to. But then they go there and they're like, oh, shit, I got to go back here. And I'm just like, yeah. You know, I'm like, I haven't thought that in a while. I'm like, but yeah, that's why you have to do that. But it's just cool to see them do it. Some people don't want, they want to play the game for them. Yeah. You know?
Because they've already played the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, then you're not enjoying the entertainment.
Yeah. You know, that's why someone like Rad Brad, I do like watching him. Sometimes I'm like, brother, you know, I'm like, my guy, he's played so many games. I'm like, dude, you gotta get it a little bit better.
That guy is so true to like walkthroughs. It's insane. Oh, he's done so many.
Dude, I've met a lot of people who don't know who the Rad Brad is, and I'm always shocked by that. That guy, I think he's really one of the last guys that's from the old era that's holding down the like gameplay commentary kind of a deal.
Yeah.
You know? Not obviously not for Call of Duty, but just games in general. You play a game, do a walkthrough of it, and talk over it. No face cam, no streaming of it. It's just him playing the game. Yeah, I mean, I love that. That's like it harkens back to when we were, 12 years old watching YouTube.
There weren't, there's still like YouTubers obviously that still do that, but he's a pioneer of that.
He's the OG.
Yeah, because I'm big into like T Martin. And he, obviously, if you guys watched him back in the day, like he was all COD. But if you go look at his channel now, like I think his last video was like 2019 of like his review of MW 2019.
Really?
Yeah. And then his T Martin 2 channel is still kicking.
Oh, I was going to say T Martin 2. Yeah, he still posts on that all the time.
That's like
that's
other
his
games.
Main channel.
Yeah, it's other games. And like, I'm pretty sure that slowed down too. But he does like travel like vlogs with his like fiance and stuff. And traveling the world, whatever. But yeah, it's weird seeing like these old YouTubers and seeing what they do now. Said like Syndicate, like throwback. Like he has a kid now.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Him. Who are some of those other throwback guys? The throwback gameplay commentators I think of. I mean, which by the way, the whole concept of gameplay commentary of Call of Duty, what a time to be alive, bro. Like, you had X-Jaws, you had Sandy Ravage with his booster justice, you had C-Nanners, you had Hutch, you had Optic Hex doing his top, like an Anage, top 10 or top 5 plays of the week. Bro, people listening to this probably have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Those were the golden days.
Yeah.
I'm trying to even think who else was in that. There were so many people that were like the top gameplay commentators for Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I like you got to throw T Martin up there,
T. Martin,
Jericho, Woody's Gamer Tag,
Who am I
Gold
thinking
Glove.
of? Yeah, Gold Glove, but
Muzzafuzza.
Muzzafuzza was another guy.
I don't even know what
the
happened to that guy.
Who's the other guy I'm thinking of though? White Boy 7th Street.
Oh yeah, White Boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
That was probably my favorite era ever of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Watching that, the emblem editors, bro. Watching these guys do emblem tutorial editors, or like, White Boy with his nukes, or my one of my favorites ever was G Unit. G Unit 1, 2, 3, Shaggy.
Yeah,
That guy,
Yeah.
bro. That guy was. Oh, they were all so sick. He had his fake nuke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I love that stuff. But again, that's like, yeah, it's an era that's died away.
We should bring back that era.
I know.
Jeff's still doing it.
Jev's
doing the same thing.
Jeff's the only guy holding it down in that realm for gameplay commentary. I think he's always had a face cam. I think too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was like the innovation.
adding a face cam.
All those guys that we talked about, like, I don't think any of them. Well, the guys that I mentioned, I know they never used face cams. It was only in like vlogs you would see what they look like.
Yeah, that was Jeff was like that was during when FaZe was like getting bigger because they started doing, like you said, the vlogs, like lifestyle stuff. But yeah, he's still like doing still does COD commentaries, but see, like, he isn't talking about the game like the majority of the time.
Yeah,
it's always some other topic.
Yeah,
that's when you know you have a real community, because I still sit and watch him just talking about like his life while he's playing MW3.
Yeah, that's the thing that was a shift, because back then, like the gameplay commentary, they'd be like, so I go hit this lane, get a quick 2-piece. I'm like, and I would be so enthralled in that. Now I'm like, dude, that's the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
But Jeb, though, you're right. I mean, I don't want to come off as like a dick rider to him, but dude, he's changed it, because back then he would talk about the games, but now you're right. He doesn't talk about the game at all, but he still is playing while he's talking. I don't think a lot of people really do that anymore. I mean, I don't really know of anybody who does that anymore, especially to that level.
It's it was a vlog era.
Yeah.
Like, vlogs now are pretty much dead. Or like daily vlogging is pretty much dead.
Right.
People still post vlogs, but yeah. Like,
Casey Neistat started that whole thing.
Yeah. And he ruined it too.
He did.
Of that.
Shout out Casey.
A lot of people got burnt out from that.
Oh yeah, I mean, including himself,
including him. Yeah,
and he's like, bro, how much could I do in a day?
Yeah,
to make this interesting.
It's already like, it's crazy. Like, the editing that we have to do for this, which isn't that much, and like getting all of our clips and stuff like done, and then for him like posting daily. Like, he would record his life and then clip that whole thing up.
Right,
and like he had like cool edits, not like us, we have the camera pointing at us.
Right.
And then, cutting up to clips and stuff. But he had, like, transitions and stuff like that,
Yeah, I mean, when you start doing it, you realize how much work you had to put into that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely wild. But, nevertheless, shifting off that.
Yeah.
I always like talking about that. Nah, man, I mean, we've been chilling. We've been really chilling. We haven't really...
really chilling.
Yeah, we haven't really played that. I mean, I will say, like, we have not played together. We've been like on different schedules. I pretty much have just been playing in the morning, or like right when I get home from work.
Yeah, and then I would play like right after. I still kept like playing at night. But yeah, we haven't played together in over a week.
Yeah, I think today's a week we haven't played with each other.
Yeah, and so the last time you guys listened to us, we were trying to get to 450, and we did get to 450 separately.
Yeah, but I think that's like, that kind of says it for me, because honestly, like, I mean, we're just at this point in the season where, like, I don't really feel a need to be grinding for a lot, It's like, I hit 450. I did play ranked for a while, and I just kept spinning my wheels, and I was just like...
Oh, are you close to diamond now, or did it...
No, not really. I was, and then I was not, and then I was again, and I was not, and then I got frustrated. I was just like...
I was gonna... Yeah. Because I was focused on getting to 450. I did, but Yeah. I mean, I'm ready to hop into ranked. I was playing ranked. I was trying to get to Diamond 2. Not that it does anything for me.
Right.
I'm just relatively close.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 150-ish SR away from Diamond 2. Yeah. I was playing like over the weekend.
Well, you know, that's the thing because, I mean, now like I'm gonna have to start off in I think plat. Right? No. I start what gold 3? Do I? I don't know how far down I go.
No, I think you're plat 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'll go down to plat 1.
I think so. I hope so at least. Because if I started off in like gold 3, that'd be dumb.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be nice for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
I want to load up the gold
I do.
levies.
Yeah, because then I'll go right down there and we'll get some absolute trash cans. But no, like once we got to the end, like we both hit 450 and we were happy about that. That was our main goal. And now like doing this, I mean, obviously we'll talk about a little bit of the new maps that have come out. But the season's already been underway, or season 2 for you guys, or 3 rather. But for us, we got to the end and then we're just like, all right, you know, they added a couple maps into ranked, which we'll talk about. I played both of them, but other than that, it was like, you know, we only got a couple of days left. I was like, there's not much else to do anymore. You know, there's not much else to play for. And I'm always thinking of this like as our time because we never really got it from when we went from MW2 to MW3, our time off. You know, of like, okay, no Call of Duty. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, let me go.
Still playing Call of Duty,
right? I'm like, let me go play some other games. Like again, during this time, I've still played COD. I haven't played it every day, but I've played out of the week. I've probably played 4 days. But I hop in for a couple games, and I'm trying to beat my other games because then again, once season 3 starts out, by the time you guys already have this, I'm like, we're gonna be just on the hustle with that, you know, in all aspects.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you know what I've been up to.
Yeah.
So like.
It's been busy.
Yeah, it's been busy. So when last episode I was telling you guys I had to do 5 levels a day, and like I still got my 5 levels like at night, you know, hustling away at doing that. And then they popped double XP.
I know.
I was like, oh, okay, sweet.
I was gonna text you, be like, bro, you're good.
Yeah. I think I had like 25 levels or something left when double XP happened. I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got plenty of time. But yeah, and dude, playing ranked like by yourself, it's just not. It's only good if you need to. Like if I needed to hit Crim or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know. To me, like it does just get boring. Like it's so much better when you and I are playing together, and
I know
we have a chance, and I'm not dealing with like bullshit, or like even some of the people that I talk to, they're just fucking annoying.
Oh, I know.
I'm like. Why are you so mad, bro? I'm like, and you're shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm frying. Like, why are you so mad?
Dude, you know,
like, I should be mad.
And I think this time away has made me realize how much I miss it. Because seriously, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I totally feel the same way. I did play, there was one night I did play with our buddy, and it was just me, like, taking off the headset. I'm like, this wouldn't fucking happen if I was with Justin. I was like, there's so much wrong. There's so much wrong.
Yeah.
Here. And then I play solo queues. I'm like, all right, let's try. And that was a time where I actually found more success doing that. But it was just like, again, there would be those teammates where I make one play. Yo, gamer, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, man, stop chewing my ear off.
Yeah.
Like we're on the same team.
Yeah.
You know, I had one game and it tilted me like that. I was like, man, fuck this. Like,
yeah. And
shout out to solo queuers out there, bro. I don't know how you do it. You just live and die by the sword on solo queue. That's a brutal route to go.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in a good rhythm in solo queue, like it's good.
Yeah,
like you know you're winning and stuff. But yeah, when you have to deal with teammates like that, it's so annoying. And yeah, like I was at the point where I mean, you know, like I'll text you like, dude, the clips, you're gonna get them like late at night.
Yeah,
like for the past couple of weeks, I've been like telling you that, or like the pod would get for you to review and stuff like way later than normally I would. And I'm hopping on still late at night, like way later than like I'm normally.
Like 10:15 type.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have to get these 5 levels in because if I don't, I'm gonna be behind.
Right.
And I'm just trying to chill and just like, you know, get my levels. Enjoy. And then I'll hop on ranked because, you know, I'm like, I might as well try and do it. And then I got a guy chirping my ear off.
Yeah.
When I'm not even playing bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this with, it was the first map that I had played from the new maps. It was Departures Hardpoint, and we were texting about this earlier. But that was the first map that I had played from the new set, and I was just like, all right, a little HP on here. Let's see how this is. Like, I've played Departure a handful of times, so I was like, I know the map all right. I'm like, but I'm not expecting a win here on this unless these guys are legit terrible. And this guy's like, he goes like, get shit on, pussy. You suck at the game. I'm like, dog. Slow your roll.
The map just got added.
Yeah,
no one knows anything.
No, seriously. And then, like, I told him, I was like, the game cut out, and I was pissed. I was like, fuck you. I was like, man, this fucking game, this map just came out. Don't even talking shit to me right now, dude. He's like, yeah, shut up, bitch. I'm like, dude, you're really gonna talk to me like that? I needed it just to GG's, guys. I would have been like, GG's. And been upset about it. This guy over here talking like he just won $50,000. I'm like, dude, this map came out a day or two ago. I ain't ever played it. I'm like waltzing around. I'm like, wait, what's the next hill? Where's the next hill? Yeah, it pissed me off.
We haven't even seen the pros play it. Obviously, they're scrimming it. That's why it's in ranked. But I guarantee, unless you're trying to be like an amateur player or something, you're not scrimming Departures until it's in ranked.
Yeah, no, you
like, oh yeah.
And same thing with Vista. You know, like we've played Vista way more. Like I know that map way better than Departures. But when we play it in ranked, which by the way, I don't know if it's a troll or not, because again, you know, Twitter today. I saw that they removed those two. And I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see it like blow up as a big thing, but they did post that, and I'm like, that's something, like I mentioned at the top of the episode, that's something where I'm like, I can't tell if that's real or not, because it's something that they could do. You know what I mean? They put it in there. They wanted to test it, and they may take it out. But when we were playing them, they're barely out. Like, how are we going to be able to know these?
Maybe they messed up, and they're like, oh, we were supposed to release this when the season started.
Right. Could be.
But yeah. I mean, I don't get why people got. I mean, I'm glad those maps are in, right? Like, I'm sure you are too. Now, when we go into the new season, like, we have a variety again.
Oh, I know.
It's gonna like we said a couple episodes ago. Like the fact that Rio added into the map cycle, it's just refreshing.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
And now we get 2 maps, and I don't know if Greece is still being added or like they're thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they add Greece, then like that's 3 new maps.
Yeah, no, it'd be phenomenal. I mean, it would just give us more variety and more to work on, and you know, open up the map pool, like, you know, just things that we can be really good at, and things that, you know, we can try to work on. Because the way it is now, there's so few modes and maps that you play that if you struggle on one, like, it's really tough because the chances that you play it are quite high.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't play ranked all that much, but when I would solo queue, I got to play Departures. Departures was like, it was good. I enjoyed it. Same with Vista, but I feel like I won't really enjoy it until like I'm playing with you and like we're actually going hard at it and trying to learn spawns and like the process of like all of it.
Yeah. I agree.
And also like that was still in the middle of me trying to get to 450.
A little preoccupied.
Yeah. So when I was playing pubs, it was funny because I would be playing against like other teams in pubs and like, you know, public players are shit talking, whatever. And I ran into multiple like 5, 6 stacks.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because I can tell like they're probably all like dads just coming back from work. Like they're just chilling. And like I love that. That's awesome. Like you're just chilling, hanging out with your friends. And then you get the cool dads. They're like, man, this guy's so good. Like I got shit on. And I'm like, yo, GG's. They're like, yeah, GG's, man. Like you're really good. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And then I would get the people that are like, you fucking suck. Like you're fucking cheating. I'm like, all right, GG's.
Yeah, it's not that time for that.
Yeah.
I had one moment like that. Some guy, he was like, man, you motherfuckers. He's like, we almost got you. We almost got you. I was just like, I was getting scared. He's like, oh, I know. He's like, then you turned up. I'm like, wow, this is such a nice conversation compared to some guy just trying to like, you know, attack my whole livelihood.
Yeah. I texted you too. I dropped a nuke.
Oh yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, man. You. Congrats, by the way. Yeah. That's your first one, huh?
Yep. First
I don't
one.
think I've never dropped one.
First one on this game. Yeah.
Dog shit.
But I almost went back to back because I remember in MW2. I remember texting you.
Thing.
I think I got like 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah, you did. I remember one of them was on farm.
Yeah, I remember doing that in MW2. Like, it's so weird when you're in like
Flow state.
Flow state, yeah. And again, this game, my first one was on farm. Funny enough, MW2 map, dropped it on farm. Second map, I almost dropped it on hotel, and I just got like ahead of myself.
Just know the MW2 maps.
Yeah, I just got ahead of myself. Like, I popped the advanced UAV. I think I was on like a 23 or 24, and I just choked.
Blacked out.
Yeah, like I was top plat, like where the desks are, like
on hotel.
On hotel. What rotation was that? P4, P5? Like
top where the desks are.
Yeah, right before it went to kitchen.
Oh yeah.
And like where the back spa is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ran there, popped my advanced UAV. I'm like, I could squeeze through here. Squeeze through. There was a guy like at the desk, and I was coming from dark. The guy didn't see me, and I went there, and like I saw 4 or 5 arrows. I'm like, I can get them.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
I got like, because I was hot. I got 4, and then the 5th guy killed me. I got overzealous. I heated up.
Yeah. Man, that's how it always goes, though. I mean, and that's smart, too. You can go for a long time with the advanced, you know, like, or hold on to the advanced way later, so it just makes that last little stint, like, not as nerve-wracking. Yeah, but and the thing, too, with the advanced is always somebody who spawns in, like, late, and the advanced doesn't pick them up. Right, they're coming off spawn. Yeah.
So I got it with the rival. No MW2 gun, because this is MW3, but on an MW2 map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it with the rival on farm. I wasn't even expecting it. Like, I didn't know I was on a streak. That's when you know, like, you're good. You're just yeah. There's a clip. Like, I want to see if I can get it and like get it on here.
Yeah.
But it was control, and we were capping A, which is like inside the warehouse, and I slid in and killed one guy and almost turned on another guy. And when that happened, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are not good.
Yeah, you just
They're not
know.
good.
Yeah, you know you're trash. Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 moments in the game when you get a feed that you should have no business ever getting, and you're like, all right, let's lock in here.
Yeah.
these guys are terrible. Looking at the time and looking at the score, you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
It was on control, yeah, you're saying?
Yeah, it was control, yeah.
Yeah, you probably got like, 80% of the 30 kills there. No problem.
Yeah. That's when it's always so nice when, because control, you're limited, right? Right. Unless you go all the way to a round 5, you're still limited. But it was fun getting that. I got it. I was like, oh, I got to call this in.
What's it called?
The MGB. Like, last year. I think it was the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, same animation, everything.
No surprise.
End of the game. But yeah, that was my first one of this game. So it was fun getting to 450. Got that.
Yeah, dude, I need to get a nuke at some point. I feel like that's kind of tradition on every COD. You have to try to drop a nuke or have to drop one.
Yeah.
But it's hard, now, because it used to be, 25, and then the kill streaks would stack up, which, honestly, I'm so happy that that's not a thing anymore, where kill streak kills don't count towards them, because it was so cheese. Like, back in the day when you would get the Harrier, in MW2, and you're like, it's over.
Yeah.
You get 7 kills, you're like, I got this.
Well, it's funny because now the skill level, I feel like even back then, getting a Harrier was harder for, I don't know.
I don't know.
The skill level, I don't know. Maybe that was just me being naive and I wasn't as good.
Well, I mean, that's definitely part of it, too.
Yeah.
We were way worse.
Yeah. But now, like, 30 gun kills that's hard.
Yeah, I remember that being a challenge for people in the old CODs. They'd be like, they have no streaks on other than the nuke.
Yeah.
And getting 25 kills in a row, and that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, bro, you have to do 30. That's the only way you get it. There's no cave low, no AC-130.
It's all gun skill. Yeah. It's crazy because, when you get to 20, you're like, you still got 10 more kills.
Yeah.
But now when we can, like, not to toot our own horn, like, we can get to 20, I wouldn't say fairly easily, but like it'll happen like, every other night or something like that. Like if we're playing pubs, it'll happen.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing that's like helped out in the recent ones is having that advanced, because I don't think like games like Black Ops 1, I don't think Black Ops 1 had a nuke. I'm pretty sure it didn't. At least I don't remember it, but I don't know. I don't think so. I can't even.
Oh, it had the nuclear like metal though. right?
Black Ops. I don't even think Black Ops 1 had that.
Oh,
I don't think Black Ops 1 was doing that. Black Ops 2, I'm fairly sure did. I think that's when they started doing all the metal stuff. But Black Ops 1, I remember that was where they introduced the Blackbird, the SR-76 or 71. And that thing, it was like the advanced UAV. You could track everybody. But yeah, that now being in these CODs, that's such a huge leg up.
Yeah.
You know, you get that thing and you're not even looking at the screen. You're just like looking up at the mini map, just piecing people. You're like, all right, here we go. You know?
The best though was in the OG MW3, like specialist, and you would get that, and you would become super like player.
Specialist achieve firing for effect.
You get every perk.
Yeah, everything just changes. Like you're just playing, and then you just feel the game totally change.
You're just like Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
like you turn into a cracked player.
No, seriously. Yeah, you got lightweight on, you got marathon on, you got everything. You're flying.
They need to bring that back,
bro. I love
that. Would be so fun in this game.
Yeah, I loved from that game how you had the assault, you had the support, and then you had specialist. Again, specialist, man, that was an underrated thing. That was so cool. Like, get the kills, earn other perks, and then I think it was 8 kills.
Yeah,
is when you would get the specialist. It's ridiculous. We remember that.
Yeah, and I liked how you had to sacrifice. All right, if 8 kills, you could go and get a kill streak. Like, I don't know what 8 was. I know 9 was a Reaper. If you got 9, like, you can get the Reaper, or you can get all these perks. Yeah, and then trust your gun skill. But
dude, the Reaper was a ridiculous.
Reaper was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, with you fucking control that thing. Yeah, whip that thing. Yeah. You could like curve that into windows and stuff. Yeah. That thing was ridiculous. Yeah. Damn, that was such a good game, bro.
The good days.
Getting hella nostalgic about it. All right, we can run through with this.
But yeah,
thinking about the old MW3.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been grinding like MW3 separately. We got to 450 now. By the time you guys listen to this, we're already underway with season 3.
So I believe season 3 now goes to, I think it's 650.
Yeah, 650.
That sounds about right. I mean, we had talked about this last episode, looking at the roadmap being like it was kind of slim, and then they actually put out the real deal one. So I don't know what the fuck I was looking at because the one that I saw, I was like, dude, season sucks. They've put out a good amount of stuff on here, or at least they're going to. And I remember I tweeted about it a while ago regarding one thing I'm really excited about, and hopefully other people do, the return of One in the Chamber and Capture the Flag. I love this.
Yeah.
Dude, 2 modes that I think should always be in Call of Duty. Capture the Flag, it's an OG. It's one of my favorites. One in the Chamber, bro, from the Black Ops 1 days in the wager matches, I loved One in the Chamber. You know, I'm super happy that these are making a return.
Yeah, no, we've talked about it. They should have party games.
I know.
In all the time.
They always should.
But yeah, the season 3 is like gonna be good because like we're looking at it right now. They're adding more maps, which last episode I talked about. You need maps. Just keep adding maps.
Right. Well, and I'm seeing too, like, you know, we're not going too much into it. We'll talk about it later. But something like there's a map 6-star. I've seen people talking about that being a potential competitive map. They're just looking at these and being like, yeah, these could actually work. Just from the outlook of the map itself. You know, how it plays, we don't know. We'll have to know in a couple of days. And we'll talk to you about it.
Is that the one that looks like Raid?
I believe so. Like, that's the image of it, you know?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Again, more maps. Like, no one will complain about more maps.
Yeah. So we're getting 3 right off the bat. We're getting Emergency, 6-star, and then Tanked. I don't know about Tanked. I don't know about that. I don't like that. They got a shark in the image. It looks cool. But I'm like, I just start tweaking about that because I start thinking about underwater stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like,
well, it could be aquarium like MW. Oh, not BO3. Yeah, that was a fun map.
That was a godlike map.
Yeah,
phenomenal. But I hope, because, you know, Treyarch was smart with that map.
Yeah.
This map, if it's like 90% underwater or some kind of bullshit, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Well, the so far, at least a track record with Sledgehammer, the maps haven't been bad.
No, they haven't.
Like, we got Rio, we got Greece, Vista, Departures. Am I missing one?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think those are all the new ones that they've added. But like, those are like, they're not great maps, but they're fun enough to where it'll hold us. Yeah.
Okay. So this is side note. This is what I was curious about. So we got those maps. Grime is one that's coming out later. Checkpoint is coming out in the season. And I guess this one's going to be coming out along with it. I said 3 at the beginning, but now 4 with the remastered map being Grow House. This is from Vanguard. They said it's Sphere. It's this fucking map.
Oh.
That's what they said it is, right? I mean, on the Call of Duty wiki, right? You know, which is very reliable. That's what it says. Grow House is a remake of the map Sphere from Vanguard.
I remember that map.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That was one of the newer maps.
That was like, yeah, you're right. That was like a DLC map they added, like, you know, or a season map. They added that way later into the game. That
was a fun pubs map.
Yeah, that map wasn't too bad. I mean, like now I actually see it. Like that's like the back spawn area with that whole room, and like there's the stairs that go right over there. Yeah, I can see that. I don't really know. I mean, I probably won't hate on it.
Yeah.
You know, again, from Vanguard, like, you know, most of the maps were, but that map, again, later on wasn't too bad. But yeah, I mean, dude, reiterating your point, like, we got 6 fucking maps this season. Like, we're doing solid here. And again, they're like, from the outset, they're all looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about. And then, yeah, dude, I'm just really happy for these modes. I mean, will I be playing Capture the Flag? Maybe a little bit. But like One in the Chamber, I really want a mode that, like, after rank or whenever, we can just go and play something like that and dick around.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. I think they still have gunfight, like team gunfight still in there. Yeah, I want them to just add like 2v2s and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the tournament thing that they did back in Vanguard.
Oh, dude, that was the best stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, no, I'm glad they're adding all these maps again, because if, say, 2 of those or even 1 of those just gets added into ranked, again, we got to learn something else. And it's fun.
Yeah, so it's going to be cool, and then we'll be loading in as motherfucking Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
You see this, bro?
Yeah.
This is
That's
insane.
It's funny.
This is insane.
So yeah, like, and they're going to cost fucking $25 a piece to get.
Yeah.
But like, that's what I'm saying. They're doing like cool collaborations and stuff. Like,
yeah. And Snoop is making his return.
Snoop is coming back.
So I'm buying
that. You got to get him. Yeah.
I'm buying that.
You got to compare all the Snoops.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Snoop is my guy. I have to buy him every time. And it's confusing too. Like, I know it doesn't really matter that much, but they got Makarov on the cover of this. And I know they're always doing like story elements at the beginning of these seasons. And I'm not really following them that much because I don't know. Like, again, just from the story from the actual campaign, it was so trash. And now I'm thinking like they're trying to kind of weave this in or try to like, you know, make it a little bit better. You know, I remember they did that with one of them with Graves. They had him in like one of the seasons in MW2.
Oh yeah, and he died.
Yeah, and then he's in this like briefing room. He's like, "No, I wasn't in that tank."
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Soap to come back.
Yeah.
Soap's gonna be in a cutscene. He's like, "I didn't take that bullet to the head."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dog, I saw you die."
Yeah.
He's like, "That wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was my double."
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna pull some shit like that. But yeah, I mean, it's looking like a good season. And again, I'm excited to actually be grinding it again.
Yeah, a lot of content. Yeah,
that's what they've been doing good this whole COD so far compared to I mean, last year was okay, but I think this year they've definitely stepped it up regarding the content. The one thing that they are not adding that I think this is pretty much the nail in the coffin for us, Justin. There is no update on Raid. I think it's safe to say Raid is dead and gone. Rest in peace to one of the best ideas that ever came to Call of Duty in recent years. Yeah, it's fucking gone.
That was so good for like just co-op stuff.
Yeah,
like
right.
Raid was so much fun. So there are a couple of people actually that commented on one of our episodes. They're like, we went and played Raid, and you guys were right. Like, it was so much fun because they he said that they were just multiplayer people.
Yeah,
you know, like us, they only played multiplayer. They didn't even play the campaign. They just go straight into multiplayer, which a ton of people do.
Fair.
But they went and played the Raid episodes. They're like, this was a lot of fun. Like, just playing with your friends. I'm like, yeah.
Dude.
And it just sucks that they got rid of it. Probably because they want to focus on, I don't know. Or maybe it just wasn't worth the time for them, to be honest. Because thing is, like, last year, we got Raid episodes, but we only got, like, 2 maps.
Yeah.
Now we're getting 6. So, you know, I mean, selfishly, I would like to have 6 maps and the Raid episodes, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're like, man, they got Warzone, which is going fine. They got the main multiplayer. They're not doing Spec Ops, and yeah, they don't have raids. Like, man, MW2 did it with both of those and did, fine from our standard and our score we gave it. It's like, man, I wish they would, like, Spec Ops, whatever. At least I'm in that camp. I wish Spec Ops was better, but it is what it is. So, like, having the raid episodes, that was an actually good story that they could have developed, and it would have been really exciting.
Especially after this story, this campaign.
Oh, granted, too, something that they have zombies.
Yeah.
Was it the Modern Warfare Zombies or MWZ? I guess what they labeled.
The Treyarch's working on that.
Yeah,
so they're helping with that.
So they've got some stuff in there. They got some Dark Ether. It says new story mission.
Yeah,
new Warlord and classified schematics. I mean, we'll have to go into that sometime, but when they say mission, I'm like, bro, are they talking one mission, or are they talking like we're really continuing this whole storyline? You know, like actually going to flesh it out.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I just wish they brought the raid episodes back, but I think you're right. I think they're gone for good.
Yeah, no chance that stuff's coming back.
Yeah,
if season 4 rolls around and it's coming out, I mean, I'll be dancing.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think it's going to be gone for good. But I mean, what are you going to do? Other than that, they've got relatively good content in here, which is exciting. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna be playing it. We'll hit the 650. I'll definitely be hitting diamond this time around, which will that won't be as much of a grind because I won't have to go through the gold nonsense. And yeah, it'll be cool to see as the season goes on. And the maps that they're playing right now too, like for the competitive side, shifting to that, kind of like closing on that stuff. It'll be cool to see this stuff come in for the next major, and just throughout the whole next split. Because it is already getting kind of boring with what they got. Rio has made it a lot better, but we can have more maps in there, and I'm like, put them in. I need them desperately.
We need more maps for ranked, so we can. I mean, if we have more maps, it'll just be more fun to like learn and stuff. In ranked, it'll make it easier for us to just keep grinding through.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch too. To actually just watch the pros play them. It'll be exciting.
Yeah, and we're going on to Major 3, which is like the last, second to last major before Champs, which is crazy.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's a lot of stuff has changed. Like by the time you guys listen to this, I think there's still one more week before matches start.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And we can end it off with, all the stuff that's happening because we won't go too deep into it. But there were roster changes that we talked about last episode. We mentioned there were going to be roster changes, and Boston made roster changes. And they released Slasher and they released ASIM. Which, I mean, you and I have our takes on that. I know we both, at the end of the day, we're not in that locker room, so we don't know what's happening. I trust that staff. Like I really trust that staff. They know what they're doing, and they decided to keep Snoopy and Priesta, so they're building around those guys. But I will say, like, we've said it multiple times, I hate, like, we got to talk to Austin, and like such a cool guy, and the fact that we have to let him go, and now he's like, he tweeted out like, I'm a free agent now. I'm available to play. Like, I'm ready to just be on a team, but I have to get my shit out of here. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, damn. And then I just don't feel right about like ASIM either. Like, it sucks. Like, he's a new guy on the team, and they have to let him go.
Yeah.
And like, I know they all know like that's a business that they're in. It just sucks.
Yeah, it does. And it also should be said too that their assistant coach was Josh.
Yeah,
they got rid of him as well, so they still have Zed and Denz as the two main
GM
people
and
the head coach running it. No news on who, as of the time of recording this on the 1st, no news as to who's going to be taking over their spots. I think it's been rumored that it's going to be their substitute Pentagram and Beans potentially making his return, which will be really exciting. Again, I'm with you too. Like, I'll be straight up, like, it's wild. I think it's more wild to see those names go because Slasher's such a storied veteran in Call of Duty. To see any team drop him is always like a shock factor.
Yeah.
Because of what he brings to the table for experience and how, just how good he is. But like you said, they obviously must have their reasons and stuff. We're not gonna pretend that we know that stuff.
Yeah.
And same thing with ASIM too. ASIM, it just sucks. He's, new guy on the team. and plays that one event. And I thought he did all right. But obviously they want to take that team into another direction. And I really don't blame them. I mean, they didn't need a small tweak. They needed a fucking major course correction.
Yeah, they needed a change regardless. Like you and I are big fans of the Breach, and we're going to support them regardless, whatever change they make. But we knew that they needed to make a change.
Yeah.
Something had to happen.
Right.
And I think we would have been shocked like either way if it went one way or the other.
Yeah, and I think I would have been honestly, like, I would have been disappointed if they only maybe got rid of one person, you know? Like, I think that team from where they had finished getting last at both the first two majors, I think that's like a wake-up call that, like, look, you got to make some big changes here because there's no way that things are going to...
Let me hold Thanos in this episode.
just coddle him. That thing's so sick, though, by the way. I love that.
Reflection.
Yeah.
Keep Thanos here.
Yeah. It's like an in memoriam. It's like an in memoriam. But yeah, I think we would have been shocked either way, like to your point. But no, that team needed like a big change, and that's what they did. It shocked a lot of people. It shocked us. I know I texted you and I was like, dude, holy shit, they fucking got rid of these guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they can't get any worse. You know, I hate to have that mentality, but it's like, what do they got to lose? That's kind of, I think, part of the mentality that they adopted is like, look, we're dead last. We got to make big changes here. We're going to bring these guys in. And if it doesn't work, then we got to make more changes, But we something's got to give here.
Yeah. And I'm glad they know that because we're standing dead last.
Yeah.
And I think we're like 30 points away from like eighth place, which is crazy because of like how top heavy this league is.
Yeah.
But if they didn't make a change now and they're running the risk of the team not getting better and then not qualifying for champs, like I can say that the management over at Breach and like, Dens and Zed, like we don't talk to them on a daily basis or whatever, but they're committed to like bringing a championship to Boston. Like they want to win.
Yeah.
So they know that if they want to win, they have to make some hard decisions, and at least they're actively like doing that.
Right.
And like it's important. You can tell it's important for them to win.
Yeah. And
like you said, it's better to do something than to do nothing and pray that everything will just work out.
Yeah.
And like it's getting to the point where it's too late to where like if the teams right now, the bottom four teams, if they don't make a change, they're probably not going to make champs. Like they have to do something.
Yeah. No, they have to. And that's what they did. They definitely, they made a lot of big changes. So it's going to be interesting in the next couple of days, I'd assume, and maybe next week as to who they sign, who they pick up. And then, when we come out with, 165.
I'm sure we'll know by then.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll know by then, and then we'll be close to matches too. So it's gonna be a tough road for the boys. It's been a tough road.
It's gonna be a grind.
But I mean, bro, we think we grind. Nah, that's gonna be a big time one. To try to dig them out of the hole that they're in and get them to champs. But we're here for them.
Yep.
I'm gonna be looking forward to it. I'm gonna look forward to them being at Major 3, 3-0 every.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not doing that. Again, but it's like realistically, if they can, get up into the, make it out of. Where they're in Thursday, make it into Saturday. They make a good placing, from I don't know, fifth to was it top 8?
Yeah.
Right? If they can do that, and they look relatively decent. I can't remember what their schedule is for these online qualifiers, but if they can, snag points here and there, every point for them matters.
Yeah.
So it's like every series. There's no series that's like, oh, it's a throwaway. Like every series to them is very important for the points.
Yeah, because they're at the point where they're really close, but stuff has to line up for them.
Right.
Like you said, every point matters. They need to go 7-0.
Yeah.
And realistically, they want to win the major, obviously.
Right.
But they need to make it to the weekend at least to secure all those points.
Yeah.
Because the last thing we've done it the past 2 years where we've barely placed 8th, and you and I are fucking stressing out. We're not even playing. We're stressing out like this team needs to lose and Boston needs to win. And Boston wins, and now we're like, fate is just on if this team loses.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want that. You want to control, like, you know, your destiny. You want to control that. So ideally, let's hope Boston can go 7-0 in the qualifiers. Realistically, that's going to be really hard. I don't know their schedule, but going 7-0 is really hard.
Yeah.
Ideally, let's hope they go 5-2.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really good.
Yeah, because again, they're going to have to face some of those top 4 teams, and like, I mean, got to call it like it is. Those top 4 teams are the top 4 teams for a reason.
Yeah,
you know, there's a big gap.
Yeah.
So I don't think that this change is going to necessarily put them right into that top 4. I mean, just being realistic, I think it's going to be a lot of work with this team in order to get them to where where the potential is. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, we got the faith in them. You know, they can do it. They've done it before.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be giving our support.
Yeah. No, we'll always be supporting.
No matter what.
And all I can say is, like, thank God you and I are not in that locker room making those decisions.
Yeah, bro. Thank God. Think our jobs are stressful from time to time, bro. That is a stressful life right there.
Yeah, man. I feel that's a tough job for Dens and Zed and just management, like, making those calls. Like, I would argue, I would say, like, our starting roster this year was probably the most talented roster we've had, like, on paper. Like, pretty high up there.
I would agree, yeah.
And we brought in, like, Slasher and Priester for those, like, veteran, players. Like, they know how to win. And, yeah, we just, they decided to go, like, a different way. But, still trust the process. So,
that's all you can do at the end of the day.
And don't be one of those fucking, like, Twitter-ass bots.
Ship jumpers.
Oh, I've already seen it. Yeah,
Fuck
like,
'em.
You look at them, and they're like, worst move ever, blah, blah. I'm like, you're not in the locker room, man.
Yeah.
But I can say that this collector piece now, this will be on sale for no. This will be hung up at some point, or it'll stay in the background.
Yeah.
But Slasher will always be remembered.
He's always a member of the breach. Always a member.
So, but I hope he'll end up on a team.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll end up on some team.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, just in general, like closing on this, there's a lot of moves going on. If you're not paying attention to the CDL right now, Major 2 is a big shifting point for these teams. So there's a lot of people that are free agents, people that are trying to move around. So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's such a big name, and he does bring a lot to a team. I think he could improve a lot of teams in that lower realm. So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, shit, he was on FaZe last year. He was literally on the best team last year.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about him. I think he'll find his way, and so will Asim. I know Asim now, I think he's going back down to Challengers to continue to show everybody in the league that he deserves to be in the league. And yeah, I wish nothing but the best for those guys.
Yeah, me too.
And I think we'll close on that.
Yeah, yep.
So Slasher, we love you, bro.
You'll always be part of the breach.
Yeah. But anyway, that has been it for episode 164. So again, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the COD Casuals podcast. Be sure to go to anchor.fm/COD Casuals to view us on all streaming platforms, as well as going to our Instagram and to our TikTok for the short form content if you don't want to watch the full episode. And of course, going to Twitter or X, go follow us there. We greatly appreciate it. And then of course on Spotify, or any of the platforms that you can, 5-star ratings only, no 4-star bullshit. And of course on YouTube too, since I post the YouTubes out there, and we always have questions at the bottom of the description. Go if you want to have a dialogue with us, whether you agree, disagree, think we're out of our minds. Go leave it in the comments on YouTube, okay? Because we greatly appreciate that.
And all other platforms. Yeah, so we respond on the TikToks and Instagram.
So just let us know. If you're nice. If you're a dick, I won't respond.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, we'll leave it at that. All right. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to episode 164 of the COD Casuals podcast. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
And we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.